Good evening, everybody. Yes, here I am.
I've been waiting for all these years just to see you come back
Just from my end a little, because
But each step that you took, you took each one alone, and every time you said,
and I've literally just got AFK in Final Fantasy XIV.
Well, I've been waiting,
Which means,
just to hear you say
how about we hop right into the game? As you can see, we're still in the command room. But that should be fine, right? Easily logged into an instanced area. Now we're heading down to the lower decks of Limsa Laminsa. Oh look, look, the blur plugin. The blur still works. The blur works again. Where's the Grey Fleet again? Oh yeah, over there. Tempest Gate. To lower Lanosea. We need to go upstairs. Ethernet to the art console, please. There we go. It always gets busy around there. And look, other NPCs have replaced the sisters. They are now standing over here and have dialogue. Let's go see the sights. Forget that. I'm hungry. Now, be civil. Let's see what the heavy boogie has to say still. Having seen the real thing, I must concede that the ancient depictions of the Great Tsuchinoko are surprisingly accurate, especially when you consider how seldom the creature was encountered. Nonetheless, the old scrolls and inscriptions don't quite convey how squidgy it is. That isn't to say we shouldn't be thankful for all those honest chroniclers who committed the Serpent's Tail to parchment over the years. Indeed, it is an honor to have helped further the legend of such a fortuitous creature. Aww! What you got? Oh, a magic prism. Let's see what does that do again? Oh, it's a little effect to put over top of it. Omikujishi. Let's see. Ginpira, let's do this again. Yes. Let's see what it is today. Fair fortune. From a foreign land cometh a kindred soul. Embrace them without reserve. A chance for profit shall come by way of a friend. For strength thou wantest not. Thou needest but breathe as one with thine allies. Be observant like unto the lover, and thou shalt see all things for what they are. Look, Kinpira is no longer in his homeland, in the land he was born into, of course. Then again, the Era culture is weird. Come on, load. Let's grab the squidgy boy. And the chocobo. Let's grab the squidgy one. Dun, 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 dun. Cool wheels. Private! Now look here, you. You'll have your bloody story right after you carry these sacks of grain over to the mill. Sir, that's what I wanted. What you said before you had me pick those oranges for you. And before I mucked out the chocobo stables, and before I rolled that millstone over the hill, and also before... Ugh. Gods, man, I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days! And do you hear me complaining? But I suppose some of us just ain't made for the roughest stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Maybe said an old Traktoon ain't this generous soul. I'll prick up your ears, cause I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, you ken? The tale of Traktoon's epic victory over the dread primal Leviabetus. Now, Leviabetus is huge. Make no mistake. To give you an idea of how big each of his skills is about as wide as the cross is members long. And that's no mean feat, let me tell. Okay, we didn't need to know about your Well, I skipped a message, by the way. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth, at least. He even knocked my trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Cause that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Well, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots. I'm not one to take all the glory for myself. I let my mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Mayhap too modest. Now there's some that, as you say, never truly beat Leviabetus. But you got to live with them to make the best situation. Best of the situation, not the company though. Yeah, buddy, you're full of shit. Ah! It's you! Sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention. I take back everything I said. Yeah, we know you're a blackguard. I was never part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm chocobo dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in chocobo dung. I have to lie to women to humble them and they don't have much. Yeah, I knew he was full of sure as hells didn't fight Leviathan, but I've seen him with my own eyes. It was a fair few years back when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking my duties one day, loitering around about the harbour, then I saw it. A great big mass of sea serpents and moles off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared. I soiled myself right there and then. What? Oh God, just remembering that day made me soil myself all over again. Hey, wait. If you're asking after Leviathan, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care. He's really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless lying son. I can't believe you made me handle chocobo dung. Hello? Knazy, this is Minfilia. We were able to learn auto use against Leviathan. I beg your pardon. Why? I see, that's unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at the Morabi dry docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you are able. On my way. And a slap. Don't you ever tell a lie to someone again about a primal. I am not bluffing. Marshall. Time to talk to the NPCs. I'm told you're drawn to the Grey Fleet and proved fruitless. My sympathies, lad. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the Whirl Eater I call her, is complete. And she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage. Where's the application I needed. Please tell me the mic is at full volume. Let's see. There, that's better. Let's actually raise it more. There we go, that's about the good point for a bleep. Let's see what I have in my soundboard. Oh yeah, I have this. Fun for tomorrow. She has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention it. She is also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. A Whirl Eater and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word and we shall bear you to Leviathan. Lord of the Whirl, let's go. Hey, durability dropped. Here we go, cutscene. Ah, I know that look. You are ready. Oh, ad break. We're not ready. Yadja. Yadj. Let me just do a Discord. We have a Discord. The link is over there. And we're back from the ads. I know that already. Having been constructed in some haste, the World Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She's been fitted with what our friends at now the Mellies are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it'll use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of its hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. Oh, here we go. Big cutscene. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Tancred and Shola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sapsa, I dare say the Fishbacks would find your presence highly diverting. Tancred and Yustola, if you would join the 3rd Levy, and Lady Yugiri the 5th. But what words am I for the man who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of mine own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Knazy. May the crystal bless and keep you. Let's go! The World Eater, hard. Now accessible. Duty Finder has been updated. Woo! Here we go. Let's fight this thing. Let's kick this big ass snake's ass. When first Master Einzar proposed the twin vessel, I must first confess that I had my doubts. Only now that the World Eater is complete do I see the elegance of this solution. Would that we had armed ourselves with more knowledge beforehand, and, well, it cannot now be helped. I take comfort in the fact that you have faced worse odds in the past, and have ever prevailed. You will do so again, of that I have no doubt. To complete the twin vessel in so short a time, and with limited materials, the people of Nadik and Vermelis have one an admirer in me. Oh, here we go. I can't talk to Ishtola or Merlwood, but it's game time. On board the boats. Nope. Full party. Eight man aboard big ship. Let's go. Open fire! Broadside that big ass snake. It's got a shield. I have a bottle opener. Do it. Cut her loose. Leviathan. And thank you for the raid, Black Void Titan. Hi, how are you doing? Oh, and Nell coming in as well. Let's go, right on time. Let's go, let's fight this thing. Where is it? Where is it? There it is! I just saw my UI, my keyboard flash red. Oh my god, the game's loud. Game's loud. Wait, this is... And stab him in the back! He's getting... I'm dotoning him in. Center! Mine is the power to cleanse all things, not can withstand the relentless onslaught of my waves. You challenge me with trickery, fools! He's tipping us again! Lads, let's not capsize. Anyone want an LB1? He's on 4, he's on 3, he's on 2, he's on 1, he is down! To the dungeons, 3 has been achieved. Let's go! Let's go! Do 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 do. GG's! GG's! Yes, I just activated voice mod for that I mean, let's fucking go! Oh, we gotta head and... Oh, we're getting summoned back to the command to the command room. Luckily, there is zone. I can just fly. No, I'm not dealing with the... I am not dealing with that fate. Kinda saving money with this type of flight. Look, Limsa Lominsa is over there. That is Limsa. Sure, it's a low LOD version of it because we're in the open world. Over there in the distance, that's the Crystal Tower. There we go. And this is for the current seasonal event, Heaven's Turn. So Nell, what? I saw you guys were playing Sea of Thieves. Or at least you guys were at sea. Let me drop it all down. Oh no, wait, wrong move. There we go, Bulwark Hull. Oh, they sunk the your ship twice. I'm glad you didn't see a third. I'm glad you didn't raid in to see another ship sink. Now, in the urgency of your business, I thought best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits. But today I will permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You are an inspiration to us all, sir. And on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. Yes, I like to just act out just speak the voice, just voice the scenes myself if they're not seen. Voice the lines myself if they're not voiced.
Elominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
You're welcome, Admiral.
'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Oh, yes. Rogue.
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Including getting possessed by an Ascian.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
But for a
Stola
chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlian, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
We are just humiliating this man.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Yep, he is truly
Lady Yugiri,
Thancred.
I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral.
The resources.
I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment. But if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
Yuri really does like to just talk. Oh.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'ashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the primals' existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
Yugiri's just
As
listening
must
in.
we all, Admiral. Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Oh, she wanted.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
I'm watching cutscene right now. No, Marweb, we're not doing a war. Oh look, I've hit the the money cap again. I need to talk to Raphael. Loot! The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yugiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous Huron man there, and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now before you go, I am obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of Lominson society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and are united by a bond stronger than Mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will only get you so far into their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. But here is the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Luckily, I've been there before. But I doubt they expected me. They anticipated that one starting this when they made this quest. So from here on in, I'm going to go ahead and hit the hide button as a bit of a stealth. Even though I'm around NPCs, I'm still in this. Oh, look there, inconspicuous man. Cab, Jackie and the cab. No, wait, nope, there aren't. Got business with me, venturer? A letter from the Admiral. So you're the man the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eating grin. But what were all the doe-eyed wenches about? I suspect he's got his hands full. Welcome you. Ah, you must be the Far Easterner what Moab says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, milady. I am Yugiri of Doma. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Lims is a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two thoughts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you've developed fighting techniques suited for this purpose. I see. Know that the practitioners of my art, too, are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There is much that we might learn from one another, I think. And what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, Yugiri what's it? We can get acquainted in more private surrounds. Ha! That didn't come out right, did it? Mr. Kanezi, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us, Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. I already know a few things of your art. I already know a few things of your art. Oh, through the maelstrom, we're at the end of 2.2. Air knives. Much and more has occurred since I first beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I've kept you over long. Doubtless you have a pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, warrior of light. To the Rising Stones! This outlandish man. Oh, there's quests here now. You can hear the minstrel going. What was on? Tataru. In my native land, there exist individuals not unlike these adventurers. Yet without a master to serve, how does one know the path that one must walk? Oh, you're talking about the samurai. I've been tasked with helping out in the kitchen. Once I've grown accustomed to my duties, I hope to treat our host to traditional Doman cuisine. My adventurer bends not to authority, but lives and acts according to his own beliefs. He is the master of his own destiny. Ronin. Oh, obviously. The Rising Stones. What a peculiar name for a sanctuary. Hey, Tataru. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Rising Stones. With your cooperation, we hope to grow rich and transform this place into the piling gold. Oh, Gnazy, forgive me, I must see to the Doman's needs. Oh, come on. Y'shtola, what are you teaching Koharu? History is our friend, young one. The answers to the problems of the present are oft to be found within the past. We need but seek them out. What if you wanted to solve a problem that's already happened, like the Garleans destroying Doma? You cannot. What is in the past has already happened. Even if you were able to change it. If you were able to change it, how would you know to go back in time to make sure the change persists? Some 15 years ago, a mission took me to Ul'dah. 'Twas then that I first chanced to gaze upon your beauty. I was utterly transfixed. I dared not blink, lest I deprive myself of even a split second of your radiance. Thancred! I think Minfilia would have a word about this. You do flatter me, dear, and I do believe you have had a bit too much to drink. Papalymo. What in the seven hells are you doing up there? Get down here before you fall and break your neck. You think this is impressive? In Doma, we train to run in the treetops. Don't mind Papalymo, he's making a fuss over nothing as usual. Yozan's sense of balance is amazing for a boy his age. I wonder how he got so good. Some of the Domans wanted to learn how to fight, and it's fallen to me to oversee their training. First, I need to find suitable equipment for everyone. Dialogue. Into the solar we go.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand.
Oh, there's direction stuff.
If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibeth spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo?
Yeah, perhaps.
Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
Oh, here we go. There's Urianger.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
Oh, don't tell me.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
Did they drop a bomb?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be.
Yep, as expected. It got blown up.
'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
Oh,
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
wait.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Oh. This is gonna be an interest. 5.3 is gonna be absolutely interesting. Wait, what's this point? These two are good. These two are equal in my eyes, so I'll take the glow earrings. Through the maelstrom, we are done with 2.2 content. We are done with 2.2. Day star and even star. Straight upgrade this. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Urianger will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on what is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations which we had previously attributed to good King Mogul Mog XII. The king is no more, is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in the Twelveswood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... Oh! Asilia? I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees hailing from Uldar. This time are come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It seemed they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave Domans. At present they are in the 7th heaven, awaiting a formal response. I see, mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Celia, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Kinesia should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Of course. If any of them try to lay a hand on you, well, let's just say they are kinda f***ed. Let's just say if they try to lay a hand on you in a hostile manner, let's just say they're getting a little poke. There. Yoshi P, could you please dim it for now? I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you! We are ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourself. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know naught of your situation. Beg your pardon, dissident. I ain't so good with words. We've been living out the scraps of Uldar for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one that took. They say there's work, but there's naught for an honest man. Naught as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was where, and then it came to me, Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you'd surely do the same for us. I fear the situation's rather more complicated. Once true that we accepted the Domin's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but I pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. So it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've got nowhere to go! You're turning your back on us? If I might have a word. Tataru is all to miss? Ill tidings from old Da, my lady. Alphinaud's been wounded. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 hells! Now the blade is an excuse. Now the blades have an excuse. They round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please. If you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. Ul'dah? Do you need me to go to Ul'dah and teach them a lesson? My lady. We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I'm not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphinaud and quickly. If he's in danger or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Got it. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself in the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papalima will see to it. Alphinaud is being treated in the hourglass. Hurry! Wow, you're far away from your familiar. It's a bucket. This is a bucket. Dear God. There's more. No. I had to make the joke, so... I had to make a joke, so obviously I need to... Let me just see what the... Because I think we're on 3.3 content now. Let me just tap the... Oh wait, we cannot summon a... We cannot summon a mount. The hourglasses. Alphinaud.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well.
Right.
Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over.
Meaning we'll need to cool the pot a little.
Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dah, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'Dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist.
Cooling the flames.
Choosing
before
to
they
ignore
ignite.
their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the immortal flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry.
The money. Yep.
The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Domans asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence.
Something stinks about this entire case.
That the immortal flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Great. Means I might get called up as well. Nope, best in... I've got the best in slot for now. Investigation time. Such a cute outfit. Such a cute glam. Robot! Now's not a good time, Casey. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphino, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your chirurgeons. My memories of the ride are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Fanalan. We've sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents. But progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason they would know the lay of the land. I do not understand how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butchers' knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need to hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that the tensions between Ul'Dan citizenry and refugee populations have increased since the Domans were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single guild to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well, my point, General, is that this power keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. As in, soon. The General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim without the necessary proof that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monarchists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries into settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at the request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him of your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Yes. Remember, the most common thing that the character does is this. You look as though you have something to say, Kadesi, do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well, the Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin speaking to the Blades posted there. Lost Hope. That's... Oh, near Blackbrush. Okay, maybe I should not be flying the flag of any of the grand companies. I'll be flying technologically with the sigil of the Garland Ironworks. What brings you here, adventurer? The search for refugees? Well then, you've come to the right place. Oh, you mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people who lost hope have come to accept the situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that. Like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. A friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I'm increasingly concerned that Zawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He'll explain everything. Zazawaka's in the back. Let's first speak with this refugee. Blood. So much blood. Oh, that poor soul. Ah! Don't hurt me! I'm not one of them! Wait, I know your face. You're not the man from the Church of Saint Adama Are you not the man from the Church of Saint Adama Londama? 1,000 pardons, my friend. I mistook you for one of the thugs who have been tormenting us. If Leofric bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that fanatic's spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Ha! A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you will understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized that he is by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. What are you doing? Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. And you'd be here with me, here to soothe me. Why? Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Alright, let's... There. You're safe now. Who are you? What do you want? Aye, it's true I followed the merchant. May the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into 2 groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with Dez, but then they started arguing, and then fighting. And everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... Oh God, it's the other group! They're still out there! If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was! Poor soul! He's absolutely traumatized! Okay, let's go from here. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope. But to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultan and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox on all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight. But the ones he sent us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to what that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though, if they were forced to confront reality, that's it! Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then will they agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Hence why I'm I'm gonna be flying the banner of the 12's wood in that case. To make them think that I'm not with Ul'dah. This is the cave. Deep within the clutch. There we go. 7 hells, they found us! Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna knock you guys out cold. Gods, you're weak. I face tougher foes than you. Look, when this is over, join the blades. Shield Rapid Swordsman. Beat him like it was nothing. Fall almighty, what are we gonna do now? Give up this folly. The other group was slaughtered. And thanks to you not trusting me. But now I fly the banner of Gridania. You've returned! Did you find my brethren? What are the twins? What happened? Ah, I see. Well, you had no choice. Better a handful of them taking a beating from you than a lot get butchered by the flames. I was pulling all my punches there, bud. Except for those twins. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? Where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others. Thanks for the tip. Reap the whirlwind. The terrified refugee would have you find the shady figure who's been trying to stir dissent among his brethren. Oh, look. It actually does... It's OBS that's doing this, not the game, by the way. Look. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before this ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. I think he's one of the monetarists. We're dealing with a merchant. En route to Stone's Throw. En route to Stone's Throw. There it is. Right at the gate of Uldar. I was flying in over the hill. They shouldn't have seen me coming. Ellie. Have you seen my parents? What happened? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back. I said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with a man from Uldar. The man said they were gonna change everything. Make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry, and I got scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for a merchant. You mean the man who left with my parents? I don't know where he... Dermst. Wait, look over there. I think that's him. After him! Well, now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? You! After him! He's getting away! Go get him, mister! On it. He's gonna get one of these between his ribs for what he did. Oh, look at all those pings. Found him. Hello there. Surprise. You again! Why are you pursuing me? Simply put, sedition, treason, revolution? That's preposterous! Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorized the streets of Ul'dah? Huh! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None! How about I take you to one of them that returned? No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. For the sake of argument, let's say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a Chichians all ask about politics? It was business, only business. Either you come with me to the Hall of Flames, or you get one of the stabbers. These two stabbers between your ribs. Your pick. We both know I'm not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Of course. What's all this commotion? 7 hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. It wasn't me. Do I look like I carry a bow and arrow? I mean, I do, but I'm not... But this was too close. But this was too close range. Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. Simply put, he was a revolutionary. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it's obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry out with your investigation, Scion. Yeah, I was too close range to fire an arrow, so... I was too close to the target to make an arrow... to make it so that firing an arrow is worth it. Because guess what? It's got a massive drop-off. We have more. You know what, I'll be doing these quests from my Steam Deck. What news, Kinesi? Where's the merchant? Dead. Someone lodged an arrow between his ribcage. To his ribcage. Murdered! Down it all to the 7th hell! He was not simply murdered, Kinesi. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. There we go. Just check if there's any upgrades. Yes, there is. Well, bam. Update gear sets. Let's go. Revolution. Swift has a message from you for you from General Raubon. I'll take even star. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrance Chamber as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the result of our own investigation. Master Alphino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. Yes, sir. This person does match the description, though. Oblets. Oblates. Yeah, what? Codster, come on. First up, the language that you are expected to speak is English. Navo for Ho. I'm gonna reject the hydrate for now, but yeah, I'll take a stretch. There we go. Let's see, swing a right. Yeah, hi. That's a hello. Yeah, Dutch. Yeah, in hello in Dutch is hello. Anyway, let's speak with Bartholomew. Oh, hi, Alfie. We've been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside. I'll take the Even Star necklace, please. Goedendag. Well done.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Thank you.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
The plot thickens.
This information does not leave this room.
Understood.
The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
Oh.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
You sure
We
those were
assumed
truly
at
brass
first that the
blades?
attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated.
Oh.
Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Understood. I need to silence that man.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Two-faced.
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation
Bill? No.
It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield.
Aye, I agree with that one. I still need to check
The
out the
destruction
Cardinal
wrought by
Flats.
Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge.
Exactly, that's where he landed.
What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
Oh, yep.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
You make a good choice, Sultana.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution.
Which means...
His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
We hereby shoot down the Cartano Reclamation Bill.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Because that's what it is. This is treason.
Omega.
Omega.
Pardon?
The world that I'm on?
An Alagon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Alagon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself.
He wants a super weapon.
If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
Yeah, it does, kind of.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Oh no.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
Which means we must destroy it before he gets his hands on it.
He should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
Makes sense.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
Yep.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Do I need to take him out? Alfie! I should be glad to know the truth, and yet, the thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intended to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would lie in our best interests that we learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. Fortunately, you are already well positioned to do so, Corporal Laetius. Pray keep us informed of any developments in Cardno. To the Cardno flats we go. Begone, whelp! This is no place for children. I'm sorry. Aww. Attention! I was looking for you, mister. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl? Yes. She's one of the refugees. So he visited Stone's Throw as well. I see. Did you find the man or my parents with him? They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Of course, but first, I must finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see. And so no one is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there. We require but a moment. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. I'll take it to quicksand. Mayhap Mamodi will know what to do. A legion of Guardians, an Avastov primal. Even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We're hither and yon in response to threats as they arise. Not concerned for the straining places on our limited resources ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. You mean to... Nancy, this is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I'm asking you to return to Revenant's Soul with all due haste. The situation in Twellswood has taken a turn for the worse. I'll explain in detail once you arrive. Shit, we need to go back. Twellswood, and the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I've received no reports of Exali activity, which leaves the Sylphs. Go, Knezi. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, inform the insistent that while I'm grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I'm more than capable of protecting myself. Will do. Request accepted. Activate Morph to Mordona. Good evening. I'm come on behalf of the Elder Seeds here to petition the aid of your order. The anticipant has been apprised of the situation. It's a relief to see you healthy and hale, Ganesi. The latest news from Uldar was most disturbing. I know, it's horrid. Clearly, the only injury Alphanos suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it'll heal ere long. The other Scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you're ready to begin, I will summon them now. Click. Here we go. This is probably Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you if it were not urgent. To business then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Ramu. Sorry, may have. Then it is not certain. The Elder Seer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, antecedent, but that fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramu is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones in their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, it would surely have escaped our notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon! You foresaw this eventuality and did naught to prevent it? I told Papalimo. Of course, I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier. There honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramu once right after the calamity, but that was because the Guardians came trampling through the forest. And so long as Castrum Orient stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. Tastes like that the Sylphs perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I'm put in mind of tightening the kobolds, once again. It's the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Knazy, for your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Ramu can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope. Were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. Maybe this time we can. Let us continue to discuss this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramu's presence. The Elder Seer has requested your personal involvement, Knazy. Pray report to Commander Holo at the Addersness as soon as you're able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experiences as your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. I saw the timer disappear. Come on, Bezos. What Now I can cost return because I need to go back to Gridania anyway. And look how quickly it loads. Corporal Lyachet, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seatsier, however, would speak with you first. She's of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial, skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nofika's altar. Conjurer in attendance will admit you to the Lotus Stand. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Nope, that's not the way. This is the way. Always heed the spirits, my children. Look, this is the fun thing. I can... The other signs have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? Yes. This is the second time. Oh, hello, Walking One. It's good to see a friend of Elder One. I'm most curious to hear how the Elder Saints here means to treat with Lord Ramu. Whatever the Elder Seats here is planning, I want you to know that I'll be right there by your side. I'm sure Stola will not be far behind, even if she does think everything's mankind's fault. I see the Sylphs have sent their own representative. There can be no doubt then. I've once said that once Ramu passes judgment, his wrath is implacable. So it'd be best to conclude this discussion ere Gridania and his people are placed upon his skills. Yeah, before we absolutely get zapped into oblivion.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramu is returned unto the forest.
Oh, we are just in trouble.
Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace.
Oh, here we go.
Our guest informs us that the Sylphs, too, have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramu is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelve's Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, You are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for little solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Understood. Ramu! I've come to bargain. Where's the lieutenant? Found him. Corporal Laetius, I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the primal Ramu himself. An unenviable task, but one for which I have no doubt that you are well suited. I've been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, and we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finish their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. This one returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the Touch Ones summoned Lord Ramu. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this man to his fellow Scions? It would be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please come with this one. Alright, let's go! Look, I'm using stealth because I don't trust these mobs. Actually, I could fly. I forgot that I can fly. Wise ones have ventured deep, deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. This one is sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touch ones. So this one must say farewell for now. Walking one will find wise ones not far from here, to the south. Go in safety, walking one. Honestly, it's more southwest. It's more west-southwest. Papalymo. So it is actually you. I'm relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph-tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's no wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it's quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Y'shtola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. It's quite enough, Papalymo. My apologies, it's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, I was saying, I finished measuring aetheric activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say I've reached an indisputable conclusion. To wit, that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Aetheryte. Come on, Knazy, the Lord 11 awaits. There's a reason I'm using the hide action right now. Because I don't want to have to deal with fighting. With unnecessary combat. Look how sleepy this one is. There we go. Hello. You needn't fear.
Thine order betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Hello there, Ramu. Good, man.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
To explain what's going on outside.
Redanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Well, let's be honest, I kicked the Garlean's ass.
Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee.
Oh, he knows. I think he knows. I think he knows.
Well, I shall consider thy proposal, shouldst thou survive my trial.
Oh, you want to
If
fight?
thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. If thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
Got it, so you want to fight.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Yep, he wants to fight. You're done, Ramu.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from at home.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady.
There's a lot of talking.
I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Of course. Ramu wants an ass kicking. I'll hand it to him. On a plate made of finest silver. mouse. Now you can... No, I don't want to fight the wall. Let's do this. We should head to Ul'dah and do a little side quest. Well, there then, because let's be honest, we don't have much to do. Otherwise. Question residents on the steps of Nald. Beg your pardon? You wish to question me as to the whereabouts of that deviant running around town dressed in rags? Do I look like a reporter for the Mithra Eye? I do not consort with perverts. What? You're looking for a half-naked Highlander who likes to catch criminals? I think I'd remember a thing like that. But if you do manage to find this inspector friend of yours, tell him to best do something about that goddamn duelist. My mate's pa's cousin's kid's best friend lost his blade the other day to that bastard. Sorry, lad, if it's information you want, you'd best be served by going to Wymond. The only rumors that I've heard are those about the weapon thief. Calls himself a duelist or so, I hear. When you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well... Back to Wymond then. I take it you've dealt with that zombie problem, eh? So to tell, just why were they dressing up like dandies? Hey! Wymond! Hey! Wymond! Fall almighty, bugger me with a bleeding spear! The dead have risen! And they're walking the streets of Ul'dah! No need for melodrama, my good man. As you can see, reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. It's true, he's not a zombie. I checked. Aye, but you do seem to be hale. You do seem to be hale and healthy. Which begs the question: how in the seven hells did you survive that fall? Why question divine providence? What matters is that Eorzea's champion has returned, and that he, and by that I mean I, shall bring this thieving duelist to justice. Heard about that, did you? Might be harder than you think. Even I've got no inkling of that fellow's current whereabouts. Oh, thank you for the follow, Phantom Foxcage. Conceivable. I refuse to believe that the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Wymond is without a single shred of information, even one of dubious relevance. Well, I make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden what said her most. This knave assaulted a young woman as well. The audacity! Hey, thanks. Wait, what's that badge? Super Ultra Combo 2023. I don't know that one. So fly to her side it. Why, if it isn't this gentleman from the Sargoli. A serendipitous encounter indeed. Unless you too seek the belligerent duelist. Capital! It'll be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. We're on 5.3 content now. No, at 2.3 content now. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nashu, we must away. Oh, he needs to grab a fresh set of clothes. Damn it, Hildy, I ain't told you the lass's name yet. Back in the saddle again. And that was 5.1 content, I think. No, at 2 point. Why do I say 5 point? Oh, it's because I was playing Genshin, of course. I sometimes play Genshin in my off time. I haven't spent much of anything on it though. Okay, you might as well go after him. He'll be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. She's a woman with a taste for the finer things in life. Safe to say you'll find her getting fitted for something in the Weaver's Guild most every day. Good luck with the inspected inspector. Rowena's representative. Wait. Now if I grab primal gear. Nope. Crafter gear. What's this? Oh, yeah, we're currently just waiting. We're currently just queuing for the striking tree. So I have to wait until that one pops, and then. So I'm doing side quests. Here, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop into the mixed scene so you can see it a little bit closer. In fact, I can just do this. Yeah, Q's been slow. Q's been surprisingly slow. Here. Codster, I'm zooming in just a little bit. Okay, chat's a bit in the way, but that's okay. I'm still playing it solo. I'm still basically playing it mostly single player. Except now I'm kind of forced to do a multiplayer thing with the hard duties. Because you cannot play that with NPCs. My beloved pure heart was unlike any wand you've ever seen. Elegant, refined, perfect an accessory for any cultured woman. You will bring it back to me, won't you? A priceless possession, callously ripped from the hands of its owner. The lady weeps, and the wind bears her sorrow to his ears. Yeah, I'm also waiting as a DPS for about 18 minutes on this. What gentleman would hear this clarion call and not beg the honor of championing her cause? What in the world? I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for your pure heart. What he said. And you, my fellow servant of justice, I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. Now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft? Thefts, sir, to be precise. My pure heart was only the most recent item to be taken from me. I'm certain that I had one left home the other day, after I browsed the latest fashions at Sunsilk and took in a match at a Colosseum. I realized it was gone. So the time and location of the theft are unknown, essential details without which we cannot solve the case. But there is one logical course of action, Miss Moon. To coax the hidden clues from your memories. We must reenact that fateful day's excursion. To Sunsilk Tapestries! Wow, we're over average. Yeah. I don't have a tank. I only have a healer class available, and that's... I have this. I currently have ninja, samurai, and white mage at a level that's adequate for this. And that's also a thing that can happen. Bards. Look at them, they're in perfect sync. Those two are in perfect sync. Oh, she's dozing off. Let's continue the quest line. Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question? Nothing unusual happened. If you insist, I was pondering whether or not to purchase a new dress, when a man approached me and confessed his... Here we go. Sorry, Moon, I need to skip out because it's time to fight the Lord 11 himself. Light party. Bollocks to that. Full party. Fight me, you nerd-ass punk. The striking tree. There we have removed. Yeah, but I have to fight him for the... I have to fight him to continue MSQ. Thou art brave, Bringer of Light. Yet bravery alone shall not convince me of thy worth. Out of zone! Sweep the leg! Stuck! Placing Doton. galvanize. Dun, 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 dun. Whispering Dawn. Sentence. My radiance have helped me. Oh yes! It may have hurt like hell, but clear your way. Somehow Raiton actually dealt damage. Thunder is his element. How did it hurt? Looking at all the meters going through. Free 20. Clear space. Let me stab him in the face. Let's go. We got him! We got him. Striking tree completed.
I have taken thy measure,
Measure, bringer of light.
And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
Hey, he wanted me to kick his ass.
In witnessing thy struggle, the truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Assyrians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Oh wait, did I just sync up with my character when nodding? Yes, I did, I think. I think I did. I'll have to look back at it during the... while reviewing the VOD. Oh no, you fucking don't. Oh no, you don't. I'm not fighting. Note to self, let me fly this thing. What's fate is this? Oh, capricious Cassie. Well, let me just land here and talk to the lieutenant. Lieutenant, Corporal Ayachez, you've returned. Daras Haramu received your visit. Well, he wanted to fight. He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Gridania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the fourth champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Corporal Ayachez. The Elder Seeds here must be informed of your deeds at once. The Elder Seeds here will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make your way to the Lotus Stand. The Conjurer at Nofika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Corporal. Let's head back there and end it there. End it after that particular cutscene. I love how the spawn animation actually plays after everything is loaded in. I just love how desynced that is. Welcome back, Honored Scion. Who knew your mission was... most anxious to see your... Yep, here we go. Let me snooze that ad break because I don't want to deal with that right now.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramu ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
Well, he wanted to test my strength, so I kicked his ass.
Ramu made trial of you?
Yes.
I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all.
Exactly. For it is a realm reborn.
Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
Understood. And now we have the support of all three.
Lord Ramu has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
And there we go. Cutscene is over. Oh, Papalima wants to speak. Thus sends another daunting mission, eh, Knezi? I'd hoped Lord Ramu would be persuaded with words alone. But nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the primal sudden challenge. It seems the Urianger, too, was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Knezi? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Sounds good. See you there. Why is the teleport always 5 seconds? I would say in a sanctuary it should honestly be just instant. Or at least something short, because let's be honest, it takes ages. Oh, Yaman and Tataru aren't here now. Hosen has moved. You know what, let's talk to the NPCs. Children are quick to take to Eosian ways, but I cannot claim the same flexibility. Yaman? Duty calls? Well, no matter the task, I have faith you will see it through to the end. And Tataru! Careful, Knezi. I look forward to hearing all about your adventures when you return. Hey, I was there. Hey, Mr. Knezi, what's a Ramu? Is it cute and fluffy like a horse bird? No, not at all. I was studying native ingredients several times, but the result was but a pale imitation of authentic Doman cuisine. Why do I keep stumbling over my words? Mayhap one day we shall accompany you into the field, but for now we must see to less glamorous duties. Speaking of Master Coultonay has opened my eyes to a great many things. I had no idea the world outside Doma was so strange and wonderful. Worried about leaving us alone? Don't be. While the Orkans away, Horiboda will keep the little ones safe. Yozan. Mr. Knezi, it's true you're going to go adventuring again? I'm so jealous. Oh, little Yozan. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? The kid is so excited about going on an adventure. Minfilia, welcome back. Whether your momentous encounter with Lord Ramu precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Urianger's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of Lord 11, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together. Cutscene. Is it a spoken one?
If everyone is ready, let us
Yep,
begin.
it's a spoken one.
Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
Here comes a little bit of backstory and a bit of world building.
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which diffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
we can defeat them.
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
You are cold, no? Same here.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow,
I'm cold
but
too. I'm
abide
probably
instead
gonna go to bed as well
in hopeful prayer.
after this cutscene ends.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Let's see, where's Microsoft Edge? There it is. Of course it's them. The Lord of Levin has returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, World, and Levin, all have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. God's fucking damn it, ad break. Gotta wait for the ads to end then. Nah, fudge this. The limitless potential of man. Heidel's servant grows mightier by the day. Yet he prospers at great costs to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. And yet, even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field. And by their... Oh, welcome back. Yeah, I continued the cutscene. And by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Quest complete. Well, that's it for tonight. That cutscene took longer than expected, so let me just sit. And hit exit game. Then go back here and... Spotify. Will you resume? There we go. Now to figure out who to rate. Because that's something I will be doing.
My God, I hope you're falling apart. My God, I hope you're falling if you won't. My God, I hope you're falling apart. It's gonna be the start of what you are.
I'll be going in from my through my following list here. Rivals, Pen. Oh, let's say hi to Pen. Here we go then. He's currently playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Which I remind you, I won't be playing this weekend. I'll be playing Splatoon 2 this weekend because there's a Splatfest, which is starting in about an hour. So hey, see you all tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Bye bye.